Good morning. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about commitment in marriage. One of the key foundations for a peaceful marriage relationship is commitment. Commitment in marriage is like entering a room with no exits. Commitment is a till death do us part. Commitment differentiates a casual friendship relationship from a marriage relationship. Marriage is not a contract. It is a covenant. I'll say that again. Marriage is not a contract. It is a covenant. Commitment is more or less total surrender to making sure that your marriage succeeds. When you are committed to your marriage, nothing moves you. You will build what you are committed to. Every wise woman builds her house, but the foolish one pulls it down with her own hands. That's in Proverbs 14, verse 1. So how to build your home? How do you build your home? Number one, make sure your home is a peaceful place. Fulfill your duties. That's number two. As a wife, pay attention to the needs of your spouse. Number three, pay attention to the needs of your spouse. Number four, no, this is not a trial and error run, but forever. You have to make sure that this is not a trial and error. Oh, if it doesn't work, I'll probably look for somebody else. No, this is forever. Number five, being a troublemaker does not build a home. Being a troublemaker does not build a home. Number six, the man is no exception in building his home. Provide for your family. You know, most times we say to women that, oh, women, you have to build your home, you have to make sure your home is peaceful, the man has to make sure his home is peaceful too. The man has to build his house too. So it takes two to tango. Number seven, involvement in the developmental stages of the children's lives is very important. Involvement in the developmental stages of the children's lives is very important. That is, when they are growing up, you know, you make sure you are there as a father. When they go to school, they have school meetings and school activities. You make sure you take part in all of them as much as you can. It is very important. Number eight, be a role model to your children, both fathers and mothers. Be a role model to your children. Very important. Number nine, appreciate your family. Appreciate your family. Number 10, your family is special. Your family is special. You know. Number 11, make sure your communication lines are open. Your communication lines to your children, your communication line to your wife or your husband are open. Number 12, commit to loving and forgiving each other. Commit to loving and forgiving your wife or your husband. Commit to loving and forgiving your children. You know, when they are small, it's very easy to love and to forgive them. But by the time they start growing up and they are able to say what they want or tell you no, things happen. Commit to loving and forgiving them. Even when they get older and they do things that you would not like them to do as an adult, commit to loving and forgiving them. Number 13, commit to let go of anger and criticism. Number 14, choose to enjoy your union. with your wife, with your husband. Just choose to enjoy your union. Number 15, resolve conflicts and do not ignore each other for weeks. You know, conflicts do happen. When they do happen, find time to solve the problem. Talk about it. Say you are sorry so that it can be resolved and you can move on to better things. Don't stay in one place. Don't be unrepentant and fester in your unforgiveness. No, talk about it. Look for a solution and move on. And God will help you. Number 16, learn to say, I am sorry. Forgive me. Please. I was wrong. There's nothing wrong in saying that. Learn to say, I'm sorry. And you know what? It solves a lot of problems. Number 17, pray together and yield to the Holy Spirit. Both of you have to learn to pray together. I mean, you've been doing this probably when you were courting and you were, you know, when you got engaged, you pray together, you go to church together, hopefully, you know, and God will help you. Number 18, humble yourself so God can reign in your home. Humble yourself so God can reign in your home. Number 19, let go of silly arguments. Let go of silly arguments and let peace reign in your home. Let go of silly arguments and let peace reign in your home. And number 20, be loving to your wife. Be loving to your husband. Living in harmony. Living in harmony. Men are not to deal treacherously with their wives. Men are not to deal treacherously with their wives. They are supposed to love their wives. You know, love your wife. The wife should honor the husband, just as Christ has ordained for us to do. And it shall be well with you. Women are to be self-controlled. Women are to be pure. Women are to be pure. Women are to be busy at home. There's so much to do in the house that you don't have time to not find something to do. Clean your house, arrange your tables, look for something to do. There are so many things that a woman can do in the house. Women are to be kind. Women are to be subject to their husbands, just like as the husband loves the wife. So husbands to love their wives as themselves. Wife is to reverence her husband. Both are to commit or submit to one another in the fear of the Lord. Husband, dwell with knowledge and honor your wife so your prayers are not hindered. So commitment, let's look at commitment. There's a word, the word commitment itself is broken down. So we'll take C for example. C means Christ-centered relationship. A threefold cord is not easily broken. O means openness to one another, no secrets. Naked and not ashamed. You are open to one another, there is no secret. You know, all the secrets you had, you would have dealt with during your marriage counseling time. So you are open to one another, there's no secret. You are naked and you are not ashamed. M stands for maintain awareness. Show your spouse that you care. That's the first M. The second M stands for maintain friendship, love and respect. A weekly or monthly date night together. Find time to go for a weekly time together or a monthly time together if you are that busy, you know. Or maybe one is always traveling and is not around. You can make it once in a month kind of thing. And it will be enjoyable by both partners. I means intentional in praying for your spouse and family. And this means make it a daily thing, a daily occurrence that you pray for your wife, you pray for your children, you know, every opportunity you get, pray for your children, pray for your wife, because they are a part of you. T means teamwork is the key. Teamwork is the key. No longer I, but we. No longer I, but we. And then M means model a life of holiness before your spouse and your children. Everyone is supposed to be holy. If you are born again, if you have given your life to Christ, you're supposed to live a holy life. So model this life before your wife and your children. E means encourage and celebrate your spouse. Encourage and celebrate your spouse. N means nurture and give 100% emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially to your spouse. That is what N stands for. And the last T means trust each other and train your children in the way of the Lord. Trust each other and train your children in the way of the Lord. Very important that you trust each other. You know, don't give room for gossip, people that gossip around. No, but trust each other. Keys to commitment. Keys to commitment. Stand by your man. Stand by your man. Forsake all others. It's very important. Forsake all others. Stand by your man. Send good thoughts that even your spouse does not deserve towards him. Send good thoughts that he does not even deserve towards him. Encourage your spouse to succeed in their God-given destiny. Is he a businessman? Encourage him in his business. Does he work in an office? Encourage him in his work. Whatever he does is important. Does he go to school for a time? Encourage him that he can do well. Encourage him all the time. What does he do? Look at what he does. Encourage him in it. Support your spouse. Support your spouse. It is very important that you support one another, that you are there for one another. Financially, emotionally, physically, support one another. Be committed to the success of your spouse. We're talking about supporting now. Be committed to the support or to the success of your spouse. Make sure he succeeds. Do everything in your power. And when he succeeds, be glad. Be happy for him. Because that success is going to rub off on you too. Be 100% committed to your marriage till death do you part. Be 100% committed to your marriage till death do you part. Now, you want to, this was the book I have been, reading from. What I have itemized today is in one of the passages of this book. So you can get this book from Amazon.com. You can get all the things I've talked about and even much more in it. Get it from Amazon.com. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel, so that when next we pull up another video, you'll be notified. And I thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you so much. God bless you, and see you next week.